Game 5, we're here. We did it. This is starting on first pick already, so not as much to talk about. Initially, smaller band, quirky band, they're back at it with the quirky band. Trist, it's kind of like an answer towards the quirky, though I highly doubt they would ever first pick Trist, to be honest, when you look at the champions that are up. Light has been insane on Ashe. So I feel like the idea of giving over Ashe as a one pick just sounds terrible. Just terrible. Rebel ban, fine. Lucian ban, I guess. I mean, I don't really give a shit about Lucian, but sure. Let's get into it. So Ashe 1P, when again, we've been seeing Maokai taken over and over and over again. Renekton is up, yes. This is like a pretty big pick to take away. So they're gonna take Zeri instantly because they like the Zeri. But to me, I don't give a shit about that pick, especially in this circumstance. I don't care about that pick.
A little bit deeper for Xiaohu. Ivern again, still on my mind.
Yeah, I think Ivern and Rel, those are the two which I really want to see. The Rel's being covered right now, but Ivern has dominated this series. Maybe the series isn't red side, blue side, might just be green side instead. So many powerful champions left up and available.
So the Rel priority continues, and at this point, what's best? I mean, again, it's most likely Zeri mid. They have what in top lane? They have, I mean, they might just take Cassante straight up. I mean, this has been like a priority in many ways.
This is not going to be an AD mid game, unless we're going to dig, dare I say, towards something like Yone, but like, bring everything out of the like it's going to have to be quite a deep.
Yep. Okay. Because I was thinking in my head, like, these guys are really scared of Renekton overall, and if they believe in 3 total power picks in top lane, surely they just take it, right? So with that being said, this is probably MF. And both teams will drop jungle. Because, like, okay, what do they have? They have Ezreal, MF. I mean, they have 3. They could drop AD, and they could take jungle. What would you take in jungle? Dude, I swear to God, someone needs to pick fucking Lilia. I don't know. Like, Lilia, you could pick Brand. Honestly, you could actually just pick Brand, too. But I just need to see something different. You could also just pick Zyra, because it's Zyra into... Well, but I don't like playing Zyra into Ashe. We'll see. So they're taking the more standard route. They're taking the MF. They could drop AD. 100% they could have. And taken the superior jungler, but... Okay. So now... their focus is on banning for Zeri. So what do they need to ban? What is up on the AD side? Yone? Does he actually play Yone? Does he play Ezreal mid? Because Ezreal is actually something you would play into Zeri.
I think that Weibo should just run Ivern about now. I think just get them both gone and put yourselves on different numbers. I think whilst the trade would be interesting to see, with JDG having the first, pick here on red side out of this next pick phase, I think you just have to get them both gone. Still though, they're paying respect to Mystic Rakan. You can't really blame them. Yeah, and I suppose the double duty of banning Rakan.
I'm just gonna let the bans play out.
Fight back in laning phase and put Missing on something a little bit more passive and see if he wants to, I don't know, Alistar instead. Maybe give you a bit more of a platform in the early game. Yeah, so many factors at play. Yeah, I do also suppose.
Okay. So this is interesting. I was curious if this was gonna pop up because no one has prioritized the Zero, so I kind of just gave up mentioning it. Like, there's a lot of games where Zero is good, and Zero is definitely good in the Zeri. Like that one game they could have played it in, but they decided not to because they're afraid of Zeri flex. In this case, everything's shown, so they don't feel like they can actually do much with it, so it's gone. And this is a what? A Leona ban? Because personally, his Alistar was really dog shit. Ah! Okay, good. That's correct. Yeah, I thought his Alistar was really shit, so, his Leo has definitely had a way more impact than the Ally, so that makes sense. So this should be support. Are they gonna... Because, okay, this is, like, a little awkward because, like, you could save your support and you could fish for something like a Bard or whatever to see if you could get more value out of the support pick, which is possible. But... And because, like, I'm trying to think, what could they GG pick with, like, jungle? And, actually, there's a... You know what? Because you're going AP, a couple things. So here comes the Alistar. was really underwhelming.
hard.
Did not care about this pick.
Yeah, well, he was going to get the MSI regardless, right? So,
And we finish this off with what? Honestly, I wonder if this is gonna be like a Oriana game with Tarzan, like an Oriana game with like a Vi or Lee. That's kind of like what's going through my head right now. I wonder if they're that bold to play something like that. Or have I misread their intentions? Or are they just going to pick the Maokai? So there's the Yone. So this was, like, remember, I pinpointed that this is definitely a pick they could go. But they're not going the AP variant, they're going the AD variant. So are we just going to take the lame Maokai? Or are we going to take, like, Nidalee? The only thing is you don't get a lot of... You don't have really good lanes to pressure up front with Nidalee, so Nidalee probably would not make sense. And if you go Lilia, then Cleanse becomes very valuable. But then you have 2 ways to actually get their cleanses, which is not bad. You don't really care about playing Talia, even though Talia has several targets that would be pretty good for her. It's probably just a fucking Maokai.
Doesn't have to matter at all. Go Ivan. Pop up the 3 melee champions. Absolutely. It just makes the most sense. I also don't mind
there it is.
because the slow rolling engage can actually set up Yone to have very
Okay, I actually think they should pick Nidalee and try to run the game. Honestly, at this point, I feel like you go for that. Like, you just pick a heavy-duty invade in your fucking face champion. But, because like, if you go front to back, I don't know. But that's what they do, so there's literally nothing interesting about the jungle picks at all.
Really play out in this game number 5, especially all those go buttons you were talking about for Weibo. First time in the series, we have something that's not ADC. I mean, he's still an AD carry, I suppose, in some ways. But again, now with Weibo having this engage option through Xiaohu as well, is going to be able to take things into his own hands. So many times have we seen overextensions in this series. A fake seal, so fittingly named to potentially make those turnarounds happen, could be huge for Weibo.
This is such a perfect end to this series. 4 games of back and forth, different heroes being built up. Our carries we've known so much on international stage and regional alike have all turned up to play one last game to determine our 4th seed for the LPL.
One game remains in the LPL 2024 season. All the heartbreak, all the trials, the tribulations, all the veterancy of these 2 teams come down to one single game. It's either absolute elation or devastation for these 2 extreme pillars of the LPL. JDG wanting to redeem themselves after not making it to MSI, after trying so hard to make the summer split about them, and Weibo, the Weibo that always seems to find something out of nothing, that went 7 games in a row losing, and now finds himself 1 game away. Game 5 delivers everything, and here we go. The curse unsure, looming oh so slightly, if not over the JDG players, certainly the fans. Struggled for quite some time to topple Weibo. Game 5 to make it to Worlds.
Weibo world finalists from last year, JDG, Golden Road hopefuls and world semi-finalists from last year. One of these teams goes forwards into another world championship. This is the bar to pass in the LPL. You have to fight against MSI champions, world champions, story players. There is no easy road to the next one.
There's a lane swap going on. Ruler missing out on the top side of the map. They don't want standard lanes by the looks of things, or at the very least they want to shake things up. It's been standard lanes all series long. Ivan, again, we saw how well JDG... Oh no, over the... No. Okay.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. But this is also wrong. Hold on. This is the first lane swap we've seen today. And so going into this lane swap... Put at 2.5 speed. Going into this lane swap, 1 ward on bot side, not the best. Personally, I like doing 2 wards, or more specifically, I like doing this ward here, and then possibly 1 more down here. This is pretty good. They themselves have a pretty scary team to invade in, so it's just purely blind. You know, like, we have no idea if they're gonna do this shit. So there's like an inherent risk, and so when you're doing this, when you lane swap against a level 1 team that is greater than yours, or like equal in some sense, you don't invade. Like, you don't do the blind invade because it's very spooky. Now, I will, like, because Alistar is useless shit level 1. Like this guy is just like a whatever. She's okay. Like, you know, she's okay. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. So is Maokai. Maokai is like, you know, in between, pretty good. She's fantastic. She's pretty fucking good. He's really good. If you walk into him, obviously, there's a range disadvantage, but he can be pretty fucking good depending. And he's pretty decent as well. All in all, you know, this guy beats this guy level 1 in just a standard fight. So this is not like a really simple like look, because you're just assuming this is gonna happen. Like I understand the surprise factor, and so like it's a, you know, win big, lose big, kind of invade. I mean, they see Cassante, they don't see the dual lane. If the dual lane was like poised to fight, you're kind of fucked. So yeah, usually in those cases when the lane swap is like that, you just do your own camps and then you lane swap like normal.
How well JDG? Oh no, over the.
But yeah, they kind of do it this way, and I mean it's gonna work out in the end of the day. But
yeah, so Konami's already marked the blue buff, smites away the wall, just make sure that Tarzan can't just immediately hit level 2, and now the link for himself in his super Eve, and
the Cassante got 2 melees. It looks like he got... Wait, is this the second wave? Did he get the whole first wave? No way. No, he got 2 melees, so he couldn't get the 3rd melee. Well, that's pretty good for him. And the wave is not nearly as good. So Rel should not move up. Rel should stay bot, because if they try to freeze top, they're not getting shit. And so they should be preparing to dive bot. That's how this goes. So they're gonna slow build this. Renekton hits level 2. Alistar's hitting level 2. Alistar should run bot. Renekton TP bot and 2v2 with Renekton Alistar. That is probably how they should go about this. They're staying top with all 3 and not having a plan to recover bot, so they're just gonna do this. This is kind of whatever. Not gonna lie, this is kind of whatever. Like, what was his HP? He still has okay HP. Because Rel could also run top, and they could do their own version of defending. You know what I mean? Like, they themselves could try to 2v2 this situation, but personally, because Maokai wants the camps, I think Cassante just runs bot. I think Cassante runs bot here, and that's it. I don't think he needs to go mid. Yes, the Yone is getting zoned. This fucking sucks. You can blame the... Where's the Rel?
Here, the headbutt will come through. Konami is take an aggressive stance on this Hybrid. Tarzan just back into it to try to get the facial. So who goes the balls, and JDG pull out something we haven't seen from them in this series. Going for the full lane, so missing, making sure that the melee champion of the Yone can't walk up to the wave. Yone really struggles with that.
You know what? I think the Cassante just needs to run mid. From here. I think his HP does not matter. He should run mid and help the Yone on this, like, on the next wave. And the Rel should stay bot, just in case, because if Rel shows mid on a ward or anything, then Renekton can TP bot. And yeah, like, definitely I don't really care for the Cassante coming up here. Also, if you're Cassante, you're supposed to ward this Tri-Brush up here. The reason why you ward that is because that's where everyone bases in this situation. So, like, you see how they're basing? Imagine if he had a ward here, saw them base, then he could just re-enter, like perfectly fine. But right now, he actually has no idea. This is just a blind walk-up. He's just like, okay, well, you know, I'm just going to assume they based. And it is what it is, you know? Because in the end of the day, whoever's topside must base no matter what. So now he has to drop a little bit more CS than he normally would, waiting for the Ash Hawk. And yeah, all in all, it turned out to be a not half bad situation for, well, not nearly as bad situation for JDG.
That Breathe was literally the world's ticket merchant for WBG back in 2021, trying to redeem himself here as well.
Now he's been put under a little pressure. So a little graphic on the side there was highlighting the XP. We talked about the top lane XP being very important. Both Breathe and Frontlander will be slightly behind the other members in this game. The job will become a little bit harder from that in an all-important match.
We're getting to the structure of things here. Obviously, these objectives going to be super important to think about as well. Dragon taking a little bit of a back seat in this series so far. But another big thing is we aren't seeing the consistent style we've seen for the other 4 games in this series itself, and trying to play a little bit topsy-turvy here, but we'll finally return to normalcy.
So, standard lanes, XP advantage slightly in favor of Flandre in that top lane. We said that's very important, but I don't think it's anything completely out of proportion. I think Breathe managed to recover enough to be able to lane him. Did you see that the Cole picked up from Ruler as well? He gets some gold from the first push on that turret in the first wave. Comes back to lane and wants to hit his first item spike swagger. Much like that last game, the first item spike is so important for JDG. For me, JDG must hit that power spike and hit it well. It's not like the other team can't fight back them. They have an Ash, they have a Yone, there's multiple engage options they have to try and slap.
And this is the thing now, in this game compared to almost every other game, with the exception of maybe game 1, it feels like one team wants to go in and the other team wants to stand their ground and turn, right? I mean, in the case, of course, of Weibo, they can kind of do both, but when you have Yone as missing just uses Ignite as a bit of a dismissive tool for Chris, it does make you really feel like Weibo want to be the corrective ones here, as Kanavi, shadowing, and so is Tarzan on the bottom side.
The crux of the series has felt like it
relies between these two 3v3s between the teams itself. Love to see them hovering over the spot side. Konami has made his way around, finally seeing his long
Not
leg
bad.
walk into the bush.
So no one's really made that game-breaking play right now. You look at the gold, largely very even. The XP, yes, there have been some discrepancies from that early game. This is quite important here for Flandre because he does have that slight lead and has been using it well. He can walk beyond the tower, use the mullet, get some extra gold. Flandre been such an important player.
Okay, so Cassante has to TP back to successfully endure. He could have actually based there. He could have based their TP, taken the wave, and actually been on the wave first on top side if they wanted to contest, but clearly, you know, it's Renekton, so to them, they don't want to risk it, even though they have bot push. It looks like in the end of the day, they were going to get the bot push to crash, and they could take a base, or they could have shifted up for this, and like I said, Cassante could actually be on the wave, or if this guy decides not to, he would have had to buy over Renekton, and that in itself would be like an issue, but they decided not to go that way. Okay, fine, so we don't go that way. So they get all 3 grubs, we get Dragon. Sure.
Really glad that both of these teams have showed us something to be proud about in this series. They've shown some great gameplay support. Outside the Bros, won't be spoiling anything there, but both these teams showing us some real high-level gameplay at parts through the series. They will be joining, of course, the 3 other LPL teams going to internationals. It is always a responsibility, a burden, and honor to represent this region, and whoever goes across it will have well and truly earned it.
That's what the Gauntlet represents, sending our best teams to Worlds to represent the LPL. And this Weibo team trying to make their best self in summer as well. When they brought in Breathe and Tarzan, a big influence, especially in the early parts of the season for them. But now maybe needing to come up clutch when it matters most. JDG themselves. I mean, you could look at all their disappointment in their off-season content, all the stuff that they were posting on Weibo as well. It was a detriment.
This is a much calmer game compared to the other one. Things are chilling out a little bit more. Oh, I've seen that one before. That literally happened in the Fear Dragonsteel game. Winsome went in as Rel versus Alistar, got knocked back into the turret, then tried it again instantly and died. It was pretty bad by him. Got a little steal on the blue, that's very nice. These guys are looking to play on the opposite side. Yone is like 1 HP. Yone is like 1 HP. Alistar's just like laning mid this entire time, while the MF and Ashe are like 1v1. So the Yone can't really do as much as he wants, which does suck. And meanwhile, this entire time, Crisp is doing what? He's getting vision. He's getting pushed out. Okay, so Alistar just used his flash and got really nothing for it. We're still vibing.
Oh my word, we got the cinema.
6 reaction is just incredible. Both they've got the opportunity to make this happen. Make a great bullet time. Chris just doesn't have enough HP to survive. Kill trade is there. I suppose at the very least it's AD for AD, but still. A 2v3 play where it's 1-for-1 is definitely a positive for JDG.
Again, the 1-for-1 on the 2v3, the weak side. While you also have a cull as well, stacking it. This is all good stuff for JDG's bot laner.
We are going to look at about 45 seconds till next spawn of grubs. Now JDG were able to secure the first 3 there, obviously with that trade of the dragon, but we've seen 6 grubs be pretty important.
They're swamping for the grubs. TP comes up for Cassante first, which is good. It looks like TPs will be pretty similar. It's a really good lane for Zeri. Zeri should stay, especially because honestly, Renekton can lane with Alistar, so Alistar just needs to come up on his own, and MF just needs to stay mid. MF can't, but the thing is, MF cannot contest this wave solo, because Yone can get onto her pretty easily, so it just depends on how much damage MF can do to Yone in that moment.
6 grubs be pretty important in this series.
Absolutely. JDG again with the himself. If he gets any out of this next couple, can use that. Stacking it isn't all. Again, the 1-for-1 on the 2v3, the weak side. Well, you also have a cull as well. Stacking it isn't all good stuff for JDG's bot laner.
We are going to look at about 45 seconds till next spawn of grubs. Now JDG were able to secure the first 3 there, obviously with that trade of the dragon.
I think you just have to figure it out. I think once these guys show, you drop this wave, and you send your dual lane top. And you drop this wave. And they would have been on this wave, they would have been second, but they would have dropped this, like, they wouldn't drop this, and then mid lane, like, it would be Renekton versus Yone, which is perfectly fine, and Zeri stays bot. I think that's how they have to do it. The Zeri leaving bot, I don't like that, even though she can shift up and pressure. I feel like, again, she's in a really good lane assignment, so she can actually get value from the Cassante and play it out, but she doesn't. They move up, and so we'll see, like, will these guys contest it? Because to me, I don't even see the point. Like, this guy's so far ahead, let Cassante hit bot. They don't even have TPs up yet, and get some value. Get some value from it. Like, defend the top side if need be. Yeah, it does suck giving 6 grubs. Like, I agree, like, that in itself is not the best, but It's just, it is what it is based on how everything's turned out. You might as well, because now, like, oh man, what is happening? Holy fuck, how did they pick up 2 here?
As the bushes are there, Weibo getting a little
So,
bit mind control.
Tarzan sneaks all the way behind.
Xiaohu does still have bait sealed. They want to get a big combo.
And
He has a massive flank, but I think JDG realized now.
ooh. Fuck me, man. That flank was actually so baller.
Stuck in the pit. Weibo hovering over, but luckily cannot be able to separate this fight. As the bushes are there, Weibo getting a little bit mind controlled here, but maybe trying to.
So they all walk.
Back in. Xiaohu does still have bait sealed. They want to get a big combo off. He has a massive flank, but I think JDG realized.
They do a good job of like fighting them off. Missing doesn't even need to be here, by the way. If you look at their AoE on this team, it's basically Ash Arrow. You see the Rel showing. So I think Missing could literally walk this way with the rest of them. Yeah, Mao could be here. Mao could be here. There's definitely scary situations going on here. But it doesn't look like the Rel's necessarily moving quite yet. And so, like, Renekton should lead the charge, running this way. Missing's here, just, like, watching for anyone walking backwards. And we all run up. And then Yagao can run this way, and then he'll go this way in the top side, right? Kind of how I see this going at this point. But if you look at it, it's like Kanavi and Yagawa are getting scared for 0. And now they got all this space driven through, and which is awesome by them, by the way. Like, it's just JDG reacting poorly to what's happening. Ooh, and they both die, man. That's really bad.
It just felt like Weibo were a little bit indecisive. Eventually, it turned into
that's rough.
From Tarzan's angle, and they do get Ruler summon as well as, of course, the kill later on. So this next dragon, if it does end up being a team fight, Ruler is gonna have to be so careful. Xiaohu, Chris, both have flash. Will likely get hold of it for this next play as we look back at the replay.
Tarzan hits this vision wall. Of course, there's no water around it. They should know he's somewhere in the jungle, but there's that plant being hit, but he's still off a vision. The thing is, JDG wants to protect their mid lane turret. It's not an easy retreat back here. Ruler flashes, maybe worried that the W comes right into him, into a knockback. He manages just about to get away.
I hate to also be critical of micro. Just hold my point.
Oh, Flandre in a little bit of trouble now. Finally seeing what the Kasante can do. Waiting for that Q3, but will not find it.
It did feel like Tarzan could have just twisted advance. Ruler again through the roof, and it kept him in place as a dragon now being started.
Daisy's gone, but a second dragon will be secured by a Weibo.
Well, we're on to a 23-minute soul now, so that's a little annoying. Pretty good soul too in many ways. I mean, like, Cloud Soul, like, everyone can really benefit from it on their team, so...
Both of them, Ruler and Light, gonna have their first items, but honestly, Light has a much more proactive time with the Enchanted Crystal Arrows, and I love that the Death was bringing up some of the consistency in Light's history as well.
Playing for Herald.
He might not have been in the top 3, but he's always in that conversation.
No TP on Yon, and we're sending him bot. No TP on Kasante, and we're getting the Herald. No one can defend this guy. They have Rel here. Wow, so they can really do that, huh? That doesn't seem right. Because they traded Renekton art for Kasante art, but Renekton has TP, they got the dragon, Herald's in 40 seconds. Renekton can always TP to recover this map. And Zeri also has TP to fight the Herald. So you can use both TPs to get this, like, objective. 100% you can do it. Alistar's taking a late base. And that's his fault. I mean, like, he should just go into the brush and base already. He's getting cancelled, I guess, in the end of the day, but also... He should have just gone further. I don't know. Like, he should have just gone further. He's just wasting a lot of time. He needs to base, and he hasn't based yet. And he's still not basing, he's still not basing, he's still not basing. So he's really behind on the map. And we're still using Renekton TP on top side. But because Alistar's so late, we're not going to contest the Herald. And at the same time, the Rel has already decided, I guess it's free. So I'm going to go on the bot side, and I have no wards, and he should, like, he's going to defend one time, and then he's going to base. So, Renekton loses his flash. Is he dead? Please sure he's not dead. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is so bad. So, Renekton uses TP, and he dies. L. We lost Herald. L. We could not cross-map bot. Wow. JDG just got fucked. They got super fucked, and it's definitely on Missing, and it's basically all on Missing. to be honest. I mean, he was so late on the map that they did not want to fight this, which is ridiculous. They should always be able to fight Herald. I think the idea of them never getting Herald, this should like be a W. You know, like this will like there will be a partial L on Renekton using TP, so be it. But he should not die. So this should not happen. This should be a W, and the cross map on bot is the enemy's cross map, not ours. And you know, we have 6 grubs, they have 0, so it's not like we're gonna absolutely blow up the turret. So what? What? How does that happen? How does that actually happen? I guess our reward is we got red. Yeah, look, they couldn't even get the turret. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Yeah, Chris was canceling the bases, which is really annoying, and he gets out. So he just got evened up the tempo and support when missing should have tempo over rel. So Chris did a really good job there. He did a really good job. Yeah, it's a little dangerous what he did. Like, it definitely runs the risk of like something bad happening. Also, love that they're fishing on mid a little bit more to get the cleanses. Really good. Oh, spooky, man. This is a spooky game. And they got the mid turret. That's all the outer turrets now. And so now they can kind of put more focus again on like fishing for arrows, getting the cleanses, playing around the dragon. So the dragon's in 30 seconds. Notice the arrow timings. You always like kind of want to throw the arrow like 3 to 2 minutes prior of the drag. This way, if you get like a sum or something, it's really good. Like the 2 minutes being the big thing, right? And that's like what you're aiming for, right? With this.
This is so important.
And so their timing kind of lines up that way. Again, they didn't get anything from it, but it's just good that they were aiming for. This is a little dangerous. He doesn't need to be doing this. Not necessarily to hit the turrets. We're getting mid push. Crisp is making sure to zone so no one hits. Then he's just hitting this because they recognize everyone is overloaded. Because if you look at how they're like how Crisp is playing, he's just kind of creating this little edge, right? And then he extends this to be up to here now. So they're just slowly getting more ground this way. And the more ground they cover, you know, the less room they have to play with. And lets them just hit this for free. So, dude, this guy is having a pretty good game 5. Not gonna lie, he's having a pretty good game 5. Shit. And that's just Renekton on mid. And so he takes, oh my god, they just take the turret like that. Oh no, that's super bad. And they're just stuck down here the entire time. Yeah, they'll probably take the turret, who gives a shit? Oh, so the bot tier 1 was open. So they didn't take all the tier 1s, but you know, they're doing a really good job at peeling them.
WBG, JDG, they have gone the distance. World finalists, world semi-finalists, multiple international champions across this rift. Only one team
So the Cassante has a flank. Yon needs to not do this. I feel like Yon should not just be directly on the wave at this point. I feel like it's very easy. Like, knowing the vision they have. Where's Renekton? So Renekton just showed here, right? And this means Renekton never showed here. So Yon could literally just run this way into these guys and pressure. And then Cassante can come this way. It's a full-on pinch. They're fucked. Like, actually fucked. But if he decides to sit mid and they're trying to, like, mid-max the situation, I don't really care for that. Like, Yon could actually check this bush even with E, though it's a little dangerous. Probably needs Hawk or Blue Trinket to really do it effectively. Space is closing. Ooh. Ooh. No. Oh, Crisp is doing so good, but yeah, he flew too close to the sun. But he did make them use a bunch of ultis, so in the end of the day, it's a win. However, could have been better.
JDG.
And it's not all his fault. Again, I think Xiaohu should have committed on the flank more. That way, like, Chris was not the one who's necessarily in this position. But whatever. It is what it is.
I mean, items actually, for carries right now, Yagal's actually got that Runettes over what Xiaohu's going towards on that second item, so they don't feel too bad about the other pick gap really just reading the top side. 2 items against that back team.
The soul point waiver, talk about the rest of JDG. The gold, however, very, very close to this point in the game. As much as we talk about waiver playing the map well, this could all explode in a single fight. The tension here, the setup, so important. If there's one big enough combo, if Ivan does enough shielding onto an important carry to buy them that space and time to do damage, JDG could very well come back missing.
Oh, they actually take missing. Break the wheel there down. That is a pretty big cooldown for missing as the front liner of JDG.
You have to remember, I mean, Asher for Alistar, or Asher will come up way sooner than that ultimate from missing, and it just reduces the amount of ability that missing has to fix that face check, right? He's going to have to rely on Navi now to walk around with him and make sure he's keeping him top and trigger seeds.
See a little bit positioning around this Baron, Viper, and Weibo. They're willing to start it up. They feel like they have a little bit of strength here. 2.5 items break for light, maybe just a ticket. Xiaohu will have that bait seal ready to go. JDG surrounding.
Misfortune ultimate so critical here, red side, but Misfortune ultimate over the wall could be everything. JDG, the singer go down, it's just gone off.
Xiaohu looking for a side lane pick.
Got him! Maybe that just makes the difference! Xiaohu looking for the solo!
Wait, what? What's happening?
Will have that bait seal ready to go.
Because, okay, what is our vision for Baron? We have one ward here, one ward there, one ward there. It's okay. We have TP flank. The vision could be better. It's not like incredible by any means. They did have mid push, top push, bot push. So there's a couple of things that are lining up. Ivern does have Q, no flash.
Misfortune ultimate so
Personally, I don't know if this is the pull angle. Like, with mid dead, like the mid tier 2, you push this. I think it's just a reset on Rel. And either you're spending this time where they go up here to fight this, or the Rel is basing to get vision, and we're just playing the map. Personally, I don't really feel like it's a Baron rush angle.
A little bit positioning around this Baron, Viper, and Weibo. They're willing to start it up. They feel like they have a little
Doesn't really feel like a pull. Let's see what happens.
Critical here, red side, but Misfortune ultimate over the wall could be everything. JDG, the singer go down, but it's gone off.
Xiaohu looking for a side.
Over the wall could be everything. JDG, the singer go down, but it's gone off.
Xiaohu looking for a side lane pick.
Oh.
They found him, got him. Maybe this just makes the difference. Xiaohu looking for the solo.
1 HP.
Get him. Yagao makes it out alive. Weibo looking for a play on mid lane, but nothing else gonna cover it.
Fleet footwork kept Yaga alive, and I'm not even joking. I can see it even in the pit. Now though, top side contest continues. They're fighting over a bloody red bar. Yeah, Yaga can recall. He can teleport where he wants.
Go down into the combo. Bullet time is not going to be used just yet. They need the combo. They need Yagao here. Nature's fast coming across as well. Chris looking for the big engage. Yagao over the edge. So much tension.
So it turned out to be nothing. Oh, they're still going for it. And it turned out to be something. Hold on, I need to pause this. So where's the Zeri? The Zeri is on the bottom side. That doesn't make any sense. I want Zeri to be joining the rest of the crew. They have, like, it's just the Rel you have to be worried about, right? So I'm cool with the Alistar or the Renekton controlling this area. And now it starts a little bit late. So I'm cool with the Renekton taking this area, but I don't think the Zeri should be here. So the Zeri's in an awkward spot, no flash, kills himself. You fucking kidding me? This guy, I mean, he basically killed himself. I mean, like, it doesn't even feel like that grand of a pull by Weibo, but because the way Yagao's playing, it's just, it's so bad. Damn.
And Weibo look to sink their teeth into Ding Gaming. Here comes the Nature's Breath. Like it's another one. Big lightning crash from Kakao. They got the double CC. And Weibo, they are putting JDG down.
Damn.
Missing sacrifices his life.
That's it. Game. That's game. GG. GG. They have the Baron. Oh. GG. They're gonna base. They're gonna get the dragon. And they're gonna piece the fuck out and go to Worlds. JDG definitely does not deserve to go to Worlds. I mean, for the way these guys are playing, I mean, Ruler has been great. But in a lot of cases, Ruler has had good positioning ideas. Like, he really has just played well throughout. But his teammates, it's not even like Kanavi's fault per se. You know, it's really not like it's like Kanavi's fault. It's definitely like heavily on Flandre and fucking Yagao. The soul laners just, I don't even think like Breathe has been that crazy either. I really don't think Breathe has really been that crazy, but I don't know. Xiaohu had definitely did better. For sure, Xiaohu for 100% did better. And I mean, like, that's the series, right? And Like MVP wise, honestly, I really like the way Chris played, and I feel like Tarzan definitely stepped up in this game too. I think the support jungle really dominated a lot what was happening. Worst player of the game. I mean, Missing was kind of shit. Not gonna lie, Missing was kind of shit. Flandre, I don't even think some of this was his fault in some of the cases. Like, I'm gonna just cross him off. Like, I'm not, like, really, like, 100% sold on that. And I think Yagal just, like, this guy just didn't do anything when he really should have. And I feel like the series has been, like, super whatever this entire series. The MVP of the entire thing, so MVP of the series, honestly, it has to go to Light. It has to go to Light. This guy was so fucking good. He was incredible. So, and he was against Ruler. So yeah, he did really, really well. Congratulations to him. And that's the last series for the LPL qualifications. I gotta say, looking at Weibo, I have no idea where to put them, but for sure, like, Crisp has to be, like, the way he played this game, that's how he has to be, like, every game. Because I do think LCK supports are generally better. Light is good. For sure, Light is good. And Xiaohu is, like, a weird mixture. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. But at least he gives a consistent performance. And Tarzan can be good. But Breathe, whatever you want to say it, I don't know. He was okay. I don't have a lot of faith in the top lane. I don't have a lot of faith in the top lane at all. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. See ya.